I gotta get rid of this Hulk Hogan. I'm looking crazy, man. It's November, man. We not shaving. Sorry about all of this that I got going on. And there we go. Pardon me for taking so long to make a darn video. Oh, what's up? Man, you caught me in my natural habitat. Being black, eating chicken, and dancing to Meek Mill. Ugh. The land they gave us was always ours. Don't close the door. You owe us more. Say what? Are you gonna get that chicken up out of there though? Please? It's the last batch. It's good. Smell like it's burning. That means you gotta eat it. I'll eat it. All of my recording setup just went to complete crap. Had to work on that. I don't know what's going on. I swear, I have all the bad luck in the world. I really, really do. Need to fix that. Don't know how to fix bad luck.
What is this?
Kenny Omega. What a dynamic performer. What a fantastic, tremendous performer. But he's not the best in the world. I am. So many have claimed to be the best, from Shawn Michaels to Edge to CM Punk, but they're all gone, and I'm still here. Because I am the best in the world. I am the greatest of all time. I am the alpha of this business. And I'm going to prove it. Because I'm challenging you, Kenny.
What?
Jericho versus Kenny.
What?
Alpha versus Omega. To see who is really the best. I want to meet you January 4th.
What?
To Wrestle Kingdom 12 in the Tokyo Dome.
Chris Jericho versus Kenny Omega. Wrestle Kingdom 13. Now, you guys know how contrary I am when it comes to wrestling, WWE, or whatever, right? By the way, I took the sticker off because that water company doesn't sponsor me, plus it's not Big Win Water. Anyway, I'm not here to crap on anybody's parade. Anybody that's marking out, anybody that's having seizures, anybody that's losing their because Kenny Omega is going against Chris Jericho at Wrestle Kingdom 13, I'm not here to rain on your parade. I'm here to say it's time for you to have your day. I was really eating chicken in the video, right? That was me. That's what I did. So let me tell you guys what I think about that, but also, and I think I want to start with this, and I'll probably just talk about how I feel about the Kenny Omega and Chris Jericho match itself and what I expect from it. But I want to give you guys something else to think about with this, because personally, I think that there's so much more to just, here's a match that we're going to have at Wrestle Kingdom 13. Here's a match with a New Japan wrestler guy against a WWE wrestler guy, and they're going to collide at Wrestle Kingdom 13. No. This is way deeper than that. This is way deeper than that. And I want to open you guys' eyes to something. This match doesn't start with the feud that Chris Jericho and Kenny Omega's been having on Twitter, the work shoot feud. This doesn't start there. This starts this starts before then. Honestly, this starts with two things. One, this starts with FCW becoming NXT. I'm going to tell you guys why. I'm going to make it make sense in a minute. This starts with FCW becoming NXT. What does Chris Jericho have to do with any of that? Nothing. What does Kenny Omega have to do with any of that? Nothing. This also, and the second thing that it starts with is the WWE Network. What does the WWE Network have to do with Kenny Omega? Nothing. What does the WWE Network have to do with Chris Jericho? Well, he's on it, but really nothing. So why? Why do I bring up those two things in order to make a point on why those two things factor into this match that's going to happen at Wrestle Kingdom? Will Wrestle Kingdom be on a network? No. Well, that's no. The reason I bring that up is simple. Triple H. What does Triple H have to do with Wrestle Kingdom? Nothing. What does Triple H have to do with Kenny Omega? Nothing. What does Triple H have to do with Jericho? Absolutely nothing. So how am I putting these two worlds together? And it's really simple. When I say there's a lot of background stuff that's going on, and this match brings it out into the forefront, is because of what Triple H is trying to accomplish. FCW became NXT. NXT was a breeding ground for new home-built stars and new stars that Triple H can get and bring over from the indie scene over into WWE as the crossover world. NXT is the crossover from indie to the big leagues. Not only that, but let's continue to look at Triple H a little bit more here. Triple H has made it possible, where Vince won't make it possible, but Triple H has made it possible to have partnerships and connections to Progress, Evolve, and ICW, or is it IWC? ICW. And what's going on with ICW? Well, just recently, Triple H decided he wanted to show up at the place, get in the ring, and do his whole thing. Triple H is really putting a lot of attention on the indies, whereas if you look at it in Vince's world, the indies don't exist, and he doesn't want to shed any light on it. But Triple H knows what he's doing because it pops that crowd. It pops that audience, that demographic of the wrestling fan. Now, what does that have to do with Wrestle Kingdom 13, Chris Jericho, and Kenny Omega? On a surface level, it would seem like no. So, what does he have to do with those? To me, what it feels like is Triple H has been planning a complete takeover of the wrestling business and trying to get wrestling into that next boom period. That's what I feel like when I see Triple H making all of these moves. The UK tournament, the women's tournament, the possible tag team tournament that they may be having, the cruiserweight tournament, which he brought people from all over the world, all types of promotions into the WWE Network to be seen. He's doing a lot of things to connect what Vince has separated. And also, not only that, but it's also creating competition amongst the indies and everybody under WWE, because now everybody sees that they have a chance to be featured on the big leagues. They have a chance to get there. And also, the future looks completely different than what we're getting now with Vince. It looks completely different. Like the mindset, you see that the mindset is being changed at the ground level. Enter Wrestle Kingdom 13, Kenny Omega versus Chris Jericho. I don't think that what Chris Jericho did here was a move of rebellion. It's what some people may think. Some people may say, well, WWE doesn't have like a contract with Jericho. And I don't know nothing about that contract stuff. I don't get into that. All I see here is Chris Jericho making an extreme power move to connect the business, to connect what is starting to blow up and connect it to WWE by force. I'm pretty sure that he spoke with Vince and got clearance and got the okay, like, all right, go on ahead, do your thing. Because Jericho has a way in which he could talk to Vince to make things make sense to Vince. Even if they don't have a deal in place, WWE and Chris Jericho, there's no way that Chris would just be like, oh, I don't have a contract with you guys right now, so I'm going to go on ahead over to Japan and have this match without telling Vince. There's no way. He's put in way too much time with Vince to not at least go and talk to Vince about it and talk to Triple H about it. This move is such a big deal because here's what it does. Chris Jericho, who some of the IWC may say, you know, one of the greatest to ever do it, right? Because and not just because of his longevity, but because how much he's been able to transform himself as a performer, how many different weight classes he's been able to wrestle in as a performer, just what he's been able to do as in the business, and how much he's able to just leave and just come back and just be a megastar, how much he's just able to reinvent himself. And not only that, but just the pure fact that he can go to New Japan, to Gedo, a guy that used to be a tag team partner with him in New Japan, to just go to him and say, I want a match at Wrestle Kingdom against one of your top guys. Give me Omega. Done. Chris Jericho. He has that power. That power. Because New Japan knows who's trying to get into the American market. They know the power of the attraction that this has. They know that Chris Jericho can bring those American eyes from WWE's audience, that casual audience that they have left, and they can get them to watch this. Not only that, but Jericho is making himself a star all across the world with his touring band Fozzy. So it's not just in America where Jericho's making his name. He's making his name outside of WWF and also outside of America in various different ways. All that brings eyes to this match. Jericho still, even though WWE can't seem to do it, Jericho still knows how to work people. A lot of people was thinking that this whole thing that him and Kenny Omega was doing on Twitter was legit beef. Jericho still knows how to work people. But in turn, the only thing I see from this is Jericho and Triple H and whoever else is behind things like this. I'm not saying Triple H has anything to do with this match, but the business is shifting, and it's right here. This is the ground level. This is the ground level. They're shifting the business, and man, this is what makes this match so special. Before it even happens, before they even start booking it, before they even start promoting it and pushing it, it's already special. This match, just because of its happening, just because of what it could mean for the business, it's already a 5-star match because of what it does for the business. Before it even does anything, it's a 5-star match. I don't care what they do in ring, it's already 5-star because of what it means. And it's not like, all right, hey, here's Brock Lesnar against Okada. No, you don't need that. You don't need that. You need a star that's known across the world in different genres and performances. Chris Jericho's a rock star. Kenny Omega is like King Dingling of the IWC at this point, even though I can't stand his promos in that video game villain persona that he has. That's not for me. You take away that, and you have King Dingling right here. He should just name himself King Dingling. King Dingling Omega. As far as what I think we're going to get from this match, I think we'll definitely get a different Chris Jericho than we see in WWE. Granted, he'll still be a little slower, but I think we're going to get his A game because he's going against Omega. And I don't think that Jericho wants Omega to wrestle down to his speed. Jericho's the type of guy that will challenge himself to get up to Omega's speed. And with the way New Japan's schedule is and how they can maneuver how much time Omega gets off, they can work this match together, or rehearse this match or practice this match together for. They got about 2 months to work with to get this match down right. This match is going to be amazing. It really is going to be amazing. I expect nothing less on the Meltzer scale. I expect nothing less than a 4.25. I expect nothing less. He's not. There's no way he's going to give him a 5. And he's not. That's not going to happen. But I expect nothing less than a 4.25. There's no way it drops under a 4. Absolutely not. Jericho's going to bring it, because he knows what this does for the wrestling business. And just that small crack in the door opens up the possibilities for people to start thinking, for people to start wanting, I want to see this dream match and that dream match and this dream match. There's a connection that could happen. And the only way we get it is when Vince is gone. Otherwise, the only people that can step up and do things like this are Mavericks like a Chris Jericho. People that could look at WWE and be like, I don't really need you anymore. But they still carry that WWE banner on their back. Triple H can go and do something like this. Brock Lesnar can go and do something like this. John Cena can go and do something like this. I think that they can trust AJ enough for him to go and do something like this. But AJ's already wrestled everybody except for Omega, I believe, on the main stage. He hasn't wrestled Omega on the main stage. So there's guys like that that can do it. But the only way that we're going to get this big splash is when Vince is gone. Otherwise, they're going to keep poking holes, keep poking until Vince either realizes what's going on or he bows out. This is a 5-star match based on the fact that it's happening and what it means to the business. Eyes open. Don't follow me on Twitter because I deactivated my account. I'll have my link for the Discord in the description. You guys can talk to me there. I wouldn't have even known about this if it wasn't for my Discord. And they're in there losing their shit right now about this. So I just wanted to bring you guys my opinion on it. Let me know how you feel down in the comment section. Because again, I don't have Twitter, so you don't look for me on there. Don't look to give me your opinion on there. Give me that shit down in the description below. I'm very interested in what I have to say about it because this is big. This is really, really big. So let me know how you feel about it. And I'm going to go fuck off now and finish my chicken.